Hi everybody, this is foXnoMad, and today I want to help you travel smarter by sharing some of the most useful items that I carry. All of these travel products are under $25 and they make great gifts for somebody who travels very frequently, but you might not know quite what to get somebody who travels very light. Somebody who travels a lot generally has a lot of specific things in mind that they want to get. So it's hard to pick out something that's going to be useful and unique for them, that's not just going to go straight to the garbage or get resold or something like that. You want to get a traveler something that's going to be very effective, very minimal, very useful, and also be kind of cool. So I took a look at my backpack and some of the travel products that I've reviewed recently and picked out some of the ones that I think are the most useful and the most unique that you can get a traveler in your life, or maybe just for you. These are great travel gifts that are just under $25. So starting out with the first one, which has really changed the way I pack, and it's such a simple product, I can't believe I hadn't been using it for longer, and that's one of these multi-USB charging cables. So this Chiffon multi-charging cable basically has all of the different ends you could use. So it's got a lightning cable, it's got a micro USB, it's got a USB 3 cable, it's got all of these different sort of ends, and you only need to carry one of them to charge pretty much all of your products. So the way it works is pretty simple. You just plug in the USB 3 end into your laptop or into the wall, and what that does is it gives power to all of these other ports that you have. So for example, what you do is you take the USB 3 end, you plug that into your laptop, and now you can charge up your iPhone over Lightning, your wireless mouse over micro USB, and any other products you have at the same time. It's a really useful way to charge multiple products without carrying multiple cables, so you can get rid of a lot of other cables that you might be carrying and just carry one or two of these. They come in a 2-pack, they're only about $15 I think, and they're extremely useful. Two things to know about these USB cables is that they don't charge over USB-C, so you can't plug in a USB-C port and charge your other items, it's only USB 3. And the other thing to note is that these cables don't send over data. So if you want to sync your phone with your laptop, or you want to sync other devices, it's not going to work. You're going to want to keep an extra cable just for your phone. So you want to keep a lightning cable with you so you can just plug that into your laptop if you want to sync it with iTunes, if you're still using iTunes, or if you want to sync data from your Android phone to your laptop or whatever. This is not going to do that. It doesn't transfer data, but what it does do is it gives you plenty of electricity. It's also not quite that long, so if you're traveling a lot, you're going to want to keep one extra long cable just for your phone probably, so the outlet just might not be close enough to the bed or whatever. So these are great basically for charging a lot of gadgets quickly on the road, but keep in mind that it doesn't transfer data and they're just a little bit on the short side. You're going to want to get a longer cable, either specifically for your phone or just pick up one of the longer multi-USB charging cables. I prefer these smaller ones because they don't take up very much space in my backpack, and as far as cables go, really the only extra long cable that I use or that I ever need is for my phone. And speaking about all of that cable management, I've found that really organizing your cables well in a backpack makes a huge difference in terms of how bulky your backpack is, and also getting through airport security. It's such a huge hassle when you're going through airport security, especially if you travel with a lot of electronics, to just take out this huge bundle of cables and then try to restuff that in while people are trying to rush you and you're trying to put your shoes back on, and it can be a huge pain. But one solution is to organize all of those cables with some travel pouches. Now, most of the travel packing cubes and pouches that you find, even for things like electronics or cables, are very thick, and they use a kind of cotton material that's a little bit just sort of abrasive, or just kind of sticks to the nylon inside of a backpack. So what I like about these Herschel travel pouches is they're extremely thin, but they're very, very durable. They use a ripstop material, so these are not going to tear anytime soon. And if it does get even a little nick, or if you tear it, you see these little threads that it's got in there, that's going to prevent that tear from getting much larger. So it's a really well designed and extremely thin but durable material, which is what I like about these travel pouches. And you can easily slip these in and out of a backpack. That material is very smooth against nylon, so it's really easy to just whoop whoop in and out when you're going through airport security. And they come in 3 sizes, so you've got 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large. Larger for things like HDMI cable, things that are thicker, maybe a bigger charging cable for your laptop. You've got the small pouch, which you can use, that's great for the things that are quick carry items, so you can put in the multi-USB cable when you're traveling in there, the things that you need to kind of grab quickly, and then a medium size for all the stuff in between. Comes in a couple different colors. They've got black, camouflage, and these only cost $24.99. They come in a 3-pack, and for as durable and as thin as this material is, they're really good for organizing your cables, and it's going to be a lifesaver in airport security. Now, I've told you about organizing your cables and how to charge your cables, but let me show you how to protect your data over those cables. So a lot of people might not know, I made a video about this, I'm going to link to that up here, but a lot of you might not know that plugging in your phone into a USB port, either at a cafe or on a train or at an airport, comes with a lot of potential dangers in that your phone could get hacked that way. If you want to learn more about why that's the case, be sure to check out that video that I linked to up there. But essentially, a port that's been hijacked can transfer data in and out of your phone when you unlock it, and that might allow somebody to install malware on your phone. So one easy way to protect yourself is by getting these little porta-pow cable condoms, as a lot of people call them. And these are simple little caps. So you just take your USB cable, plug it into the porta-pow, and then plug that into the wall or the train outlet or the USB charging hub at an airport. Because what the porta-pow does is it takes one of the data pins, or it takes the data pin of a USB port and it blocks it. In other words, it prevents any data from being transferred over a USB cable. That will protect you from any kind of somebody trying to install something or malware or any data coming across the cable. Another way to do this as well is to use the chiffon multi-charging cable, so you can plug that into a USB outlet and then plug the other end into your phone, because that also doesn't allow transfer of data. And those are two ways to protect your privacy, and the porta-pow is tiny and it's a cool little gift for somebody who travels very frequently. Now, frequent travelers want everything portable, and one of the most unique items I came across recently was this portable USB humidifier. Yes, it's a humidifier, and when I got one and I reviewed it, I was surprised at how many people actually found it incredibly useful. A lot of people said that they would travel with it, and I get that. If you travel very frequently, you want some of these things that you find at home, that you use at home very frequently, you want to be able to take those on the road with you. Hotel room air is usually very dry, especially if you can't open the windows. Heaters and air conditionings blow out very dry air, and if you've got sensitive sinuses or you're traveling a lot in the winter, that kind of air can really irritate your sinuses, especially if you've just arrived after a long flight. That can really screw up your sinuses and give you headaches and all of that stuff. But this little USB humidifier, it's a little bit smaller than the size of a soda can. Like the name implies, you plug it into any USB port and it creates a nice fine mist that you can use next to your hotel bed, or you can use this on the road. I haven't seen anybody use it on the airplane. I probably wouldn't do that. But for hotel rooms, it's really useful. Comes with a couple of different filters that you can change out over time. And it also lights up in these nice colors, so it's got a very nice aesthetic. For frequent travelers, especially those who want to avoid sinus problems or those who do have sinus problems, this is a cool little gift, and it's only about $12, and it's very useful. And hey, anything that charges over USB is a huge plus for a traveler. Another thing that you might want to consider getting a traveler or yourself is a really good mouse pad or mouse mat. There are a couple things that I really like about these mouse mats. The first is they're machine washable, which is very convenient and very hygienic. The second is the cloth is very smooth, so it allows you to make more fine mouse movements. Now, that might not be something you think you need, but when you use a mouse pad that allows for more fine movements, it actually makes your entire computing experience so much easier and less stressful. And especially if you get a wireless mouse or something with a high DPI, so something with a lot more precision, this mouse pad is great for that. Also, it can roll up, so you can fold this and you can bend this. It's a very durable mouse pad, and it's also stitched around the edges with this anti-fray stitching, so that stitching around the edge is not going to fall apart anytime soon. It's a very durable mouse pad. They come in a couple of different sizes, and all of those different sizes are under $25. One of the biggest questions travelers have when they get to a new city is, can I drink the tap water? It's one of the reasons I created the Faucet Safe app. You can check that out there. But it's also another reason why you might want to travel with a water filter bottle. So there are a couple of different varieties of these filtered bottles. You can get one that will filter out pretty much anything, viruses. You can stick it in a river or in a stream. Those are going to be over $25. But if you want something that you can use in most developed cities, these Survey Mate filter water bottles are a really good choice. It allows you to filter out the water. It's going to take out most bacteria and most particulates. So it's good for water that's already treated. In places where you have to boil the water or you can't drink the tap water outright, they just say don't drink the tap water at all. This SurveyMate is not going to do a good job, but for things like airport water fountains or the places that are kind of gross, so you know you can kind of drink the water, but might still be a little bit just gross, you can use one of these filtered water bottles that come in really handy. A lot of the other filtered water bottles don't have changeable filters, so that kind of takes away the point. You're gonna have to get a new water bottle every 6 months, and that's just not very efficient. So the SurveyMate, it does have filters that you can get on Amazon and change those out every so often. The average filter will last you about a year if you drink pretty much exclusively from this water bottle. And another thing I like about this water bottle is the clip that it has. So a lot of the other competing water bottles don't have that clip, and it's so useful to just like latch it on somewhere on your backpack. And it's a small thing, but it's something that I found very useful compared to the other water bottles. Now the SurveyMate typically runs over $25, but if you check out the link in the description below, it's on sale right now for $24.99, which is about half off, which is a really good deal on this water bottle. Now rounding off some of these travel items that are under $25, you've got this Mosio Toiletry Kit. I know it's a toiletry kit, but this thing is only about $10, but it looks so much more premium than it actually is. But it's also very useful at the same time. So you can hang it, which is a nice benefit. It's also waterproof. So the material on the outside is waterproof, which obviously makes sense for a toiletry kit. It's large enough to carry products that aren't necessarily travel size, which if you're like me and you sometimes forget, you just take a huge shampoo bottle with you or shaving cream or something like that, it's big enough to fit that. And the material has a high thread count on the exterior, so it's fairly durable. And it comes in a couple of different shapes as well. So this one is more sort of can shaped, but you can also get ones that are flatter. So depending on your packing style or how much space you have in your backpack, you can get a couple of different varieties of this Mosio. They're not very expensive, but they look a lot nicer than they are. And the way the pockets are arranged are very efficient. So I think any traveler will appreciate how well these are designed. One classic but time-tested technology is this Moleskine Classic Notebook. There are just some things that you can't capture with an iPad. Some ideas flow more easily on paper. And what I like about this notebook is it's not too large, but it's not too small where you couldn't actually write long form or longer ideas or longer notes. The binding is very efficient, so it doesn't take up any extra space. And I like that it's got this strap on the outside so that it's not going to open up. You can easily stuff in little papers or receipts or other small note items. You can just sort of stuff those in there, and because it's got that strap, they're not going to easily fall out. Alright, so a couple of other mentions. These are products that are just about $25. They're usually about $30, but they're so useful that I just had to mention them. One is the Anker PowerCore 1300, which is a very small battery. It fits in your pocket, but it can charge up your phone over usually 4 or 5 times for the average phone. These things just seem to have endless amounts of electricity to charge up your gadgets. It's got 2 USB 3 ports, it charges over micro USB, and one of those USB 3 ports is actually a fast charging port, which a lot of people might not know, but if you use that one in the middle, that's a faster charging port, which is really convenient whether you're traveling or not. Also for photographers and videographers or somebody who travels with a camera, I love these Peak Design straps. So you've got a Peak Design strap for the wrist, you've got one that goes around your neck. And the thing I like about them is, aside from just being very high quality, you see how thick those straps are. They're not going to break or tear or wear down over anytime soon. There's also one that's not leather, so it's a faux leather. So if you want one that's vegan, you've got that option. But I really like the way that Peak Design has really designed these little clips for your camera. You can easily take the strap off, so if you want to switch between a wrist strap and the neck strap, you can do that. If you want to just take the neck strap off, you can do that as well. Both of the straps come with a whole bunch of different ones of these little clips, and those clips underneath the little thread has a sort of red lining. So over a year or two or whatever, when those threads start to wear out, you're going to see a little bit of that red color, and that means it's time for some new clips. The nice thing is it comes with a bunch of extra clips, both the wrist strap and the neck strap. Individually, those are both about $30 or $35, but if you're looking for a camera strap, I really like both of those. They're really convenient, very good quality of straps, but also just very efficiently designed. And I love products that basically are very durable, but also very thoughtful and well designed, which is how the best travel products are. They've got to be very efficient, they've got to be very portable, and they've got to be also very useful at the same time. And all of these products I mentioned do all of that, and most of them are under $25. So I hope this video has been useful for you if you're shopping for yourself or for a friend or family this holiday season. Let me know if you have any questions about these in the comments below. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments below, something that I should know about, something that I should be traveling with that's less than $25. Let me know in the comments below, and while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Now we've talked about organizing your cool little. I talked a lot. A lot of editing for me today. Lot of editing. Okay. Yeah.